Joe Rogan is known for his calm, open-minded approach to interviews. But every now and then, even he loses his cool. Whether it's due to misinformation, arrogance, or just a guest pushing the wrong buttons, Rogan has had his fair share of heated moments on the Joe Rogan Experience. In this video, we'll go over 10 times Joe Rogan lost his temper with guests. Make sure to watch till the end, because some of these moments got intense. 1. Steven Crowder. Debating marijuana legalization, conservative commentator Steven Crowder got into a heated argument with Rogan over marijuana. Crowder made claims about the dangers of cannabis, which Rogan aggressively challenged. Rogan, a strong advocate for marijuana legalization, grew visibly frustrated as Crowder refused to back up his arguments with scientific data. The back and forth escalated to the point where Rogan was almost shouting in disbelief. 2. Brian Dunning. The climate change clash. Skeptic and science writer Brian Dunning appeared on the show and downplayed the severity of climate change. Rogan, who often supports scientific consensus, became irritated by Dunning's dismissive attitude. His voice rose as he demanded factual sources, and at one point he cut Dunning off mid-sentence, exasperated by what he saw as misleading arguments. 3. Jack Dorsey, the Twitter censorship debate. When former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey appeared on the Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan pressed him on Twitter's controversial content moderation policies. The conversation remained civil at first, but as Dorsey's responses remained vague, Rogan's patience wore thin. He repeatedly interrupted, demanding straight answers, and by the end he was visibly annoyed at Dorsey's unwillingness to engage in a more open discussion. 4. Eddie Bravo, the flat earth argument. Eddie Bravo, a longtime friend of Rogan, is known for his wild conspiracy theories. One of their most infamous arguments happened when Bravo started insisting the earth might be flat. Rogan, having heard enough of Bravo's nonsense, exploded in frustration. He told Bravo to stop being ridiculous and that he was tired of humoring absurd ideas. Despite their friendship, this debate pushed Rogan to his limit. 5. Candace Owens. Denying climate science. Political commentator Candace Owens made the mistake of dismissing climate change science in front of Joe Rogan. He quickly became irritated and launched into a passionate lecture about how science works. As Owens stuck to her stance, Rogan raised his voice and cut through her arguments, calling her perspective uninformed and demanding she provide credible sources. 6. Dave Rubin. Economic myths. Dave Rubin, a political commentator, made claims about economics that Rogan found absurd. When Rubin insisted that unregulated capitalism would fix all societal problems, Rogan lost patience. He interrupted multiple times, challenging Rubin's logic, and ultimately told him that his views were based on ideology rather than reality. The tension in this conversation was undeniable. 7. Abby Martin. The military-industrial complex debate. Journalist Abby Martin clashed with Rogan over America's foreign policy and military actions. While Rogan often criticizes war, he became frustrated with what he saw as Martin's overly simplified take on complex global issues. The conversation got so heated that Rogan raised his voice and accused Martin of ignoring key facts. 8. Ben Shapiro. Transgender rights discussion. Ben Shapiro is no stranger to controversial debates, and his conversation with Rogan about transgender rights led to a fiery exchange. Rogan, who supports trans rights, challenged Shapiro's rigid stance. As Shapiro continued to argue, Rogan became visibly agitated, repeatedly pushing back until the discussion turned into a full-blown argument. 9. Alex Jones. Wild conspiracy theories. Alex Jones has been on Rogan's podcast multiple times, and nearly every time, things have gotten heated. Whether it's about government mind control, aliens, or the deep state, Rogan often finds himself yelling at Jones to stop and show proof. Despite their friendship, Rogan's frustration is obvious whenever Jones starts going off the rails. 10. Dr. Sean Baker. The all-meat diet debate. Dr. Sean Baker, an advocate of the carnivore diet, faced a lot of pushback from Rogan when he made extreme claims about the benefits of eating only meat. Rogan, who experiments with different diets himself, became frustrated when Baker dismissed the potential health risks. The conversation turned into an aggressive back and forth, with Rogan accusing Baker of cherry-picking data. Joe Rogan is usually a laid-back and thoughtful interviewer, but as we've seen, even he has his breaking points. Which of these moments surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more eye-opening content. Thanks for watching.